song bops. I love this song. Alright. Make sure everyone knows we're live. Oh shit, I didn't mean to. Oh, you know, I should just make. That's my bad. I didn't mean to ping everyone. Yeah, it's Byakuya. It's definitely Byakuya. For two main reasons. First of all, Chris kind of spoiled it for me. Second of all, what I realized actually literally just before the stream started was that it doesn't make any sense. What I realized just before I started the stream is that when Toko was in Genocide Jack form, Genocide Jill, I don't know what the fuck, they didn't recognize the body. They just went up and be like, oh, is this death? And then like was super crazy about it, but they actually didn't recognize it. They didn't then say, oh, I did this. Jordan definitely fucking carried the chat last week. Or, yeah. It was fucking insane. We were laughing. We were reading the chat back afterwards. We were all laughing at it. Like, Hifumi fucking ground pounding people. I hate your obsession with Hifumi, but that's how it is. I don't know why the character on the front screen isn't changing. I feel like usually it does that quite often, but whatever. It's alright. I'm stoked because we're gonna get some fucking vengeance. What I am surprised with is I'm surprised Byakuya did it. I really am. I really thought Byakuya was going to hold out for a long time. I really thought Byakuya was going to like hold up on the kill till like the end. I thought he was gonna make it right to the end, because I thought that or die somehow, because I thought that he would be like, well, I thought he would be smart enough to not make a play early, but maybe he has a secret that he doesn't want to get out, or maybe he wanted to use it. I don't know. I expected him to go out a lot later in the game, but apparently he's a murderer now. I'm very excited to see what his execution sentences though. Alrighty. I'm pissed. I'm a pissed boy. I'm very angry. So let's get some justice. Oh boy, here we go. I love me some trials. Let's do this. I'm going to tilt this away slightly.
So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here.
Huh? And Toko is...
Huh? You really don't remember?
Come on. Kidding. Just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would just drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible!
Phew. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed CHIHIRO. CHIHIRO Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Oh, don't show me it again. I hate it. Ah! Oh! Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Dude, if I get a Raid Shadow Legends ad, Don't get me started. And that murderer is one of us. Him! Him over on the right! On the right! We all know it! Someone's standing right here. Ah, I know it's you! I give you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. I'll talk to Toko as well. Yeah! I also want to talk to the Bath Boys. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but maybe they did not like breakfast, the ultimate sin.
Count on it.
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails. Right, bro? Bath bro?
Hey, come
Fucking
on.
Toko, man. What's got her so worked up?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts in a weaker individual. I hope she doesn't die soon. Okay. Quick, before 2 people get fucking axed. 2? No, 1 person gets axed. Presumably. I'm assuming no one fucks up the trial. Favorite characters from top to bottom is probably Taka, Mondo, Sakura, Kyoko, Celeste, Byakuya, Aoi, Yasuhiro, Toko, Hifumi. On that list, like from top to bottom. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Hell yeah, I love it. I still love that Taka's at the front. I love that Taka is front and center, ready to commit justice. We can't let the killer escape. Then we won't be able to obtain breakfast anymore. I hate Hifumi. I will dodge him at every opportunity, and there is nothing you guys can do to stop me. I will be happy when he dies. Ghosts canonically exist in Danganronpa. Interesting. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice. Good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Well, okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills!
Everyone,
chills,
please
kills!
find your assigned seats.
Hifumi's a really fucking gross and offensive stereotype. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Okay, let's set some skills. I think we have some new stuff. Actually, I don't remember. Increases the... I have room for that, so I might as well just throw that in. Downshift reduces my aim speed. Is that good? There, I'll throw it on. Melodious voice. I mean, at the moment, I could just throw everything on, so... Oh, but already handbook. I want to take a look around because the one thing I just don't understand is everything getting swapped. Because the rooms were swapped the night before the murder. So there was the night before the murder where everything happened. We met in the day. We got our secrets. And then that following night, that's when CHIHIRO died. Because CHIHIRO was present for those things. So she didn't die when the rooms were swapped. So how did she die in the men's? How do they die in the men's? I'm not sure yet. I'm just gonna go into the case and just see what happens.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
That was not very enthusiastic. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the final blow. Oh my god, I love this spinner. Genocide Jack case file, library desk lamp, and locker room dumbbell! Let's do this shit.
CHIHIRO's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Shoot!
Fuck. I fucking thought I was on the other one. It's the fucking...
CHIHIRO's fatal injury.
There it is.
It appears it was a head wound.
I forget my
According
fucking...
to the
I forget
Monokuma
all
file,
this.
The killer used a
How do I...
blunt instrument.
Is it tab?
But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was
Oh
an
my
iron
God.
pipe.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
That certainly would
God,
make for a
what's the
powerful
fucking
weapon.
button
Poor
to tap it?
CHIHIRO.
CHIHIRO's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
Objection! Break.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime? It was covered
I
in
love
blood.
how much of an idiot my
and there
twin
was
brother
nothing
is.
else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
He sounds like Olaf from Frozen, and that doesn't make me feel better.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
CHIHIRO's killer is
Toko.
the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Yeah. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Literally what he just fucking said. Did he really kill CHIHIRO? No. New element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Fuck me. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets would disappear if they hit these lines. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which I can use to shoot down. What? Why? The voice acting is louder for this game.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Can I please kill Afumi? Please!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
You would know.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Oh, yeah.
I got it!
I actually forgot what they just talked
Apparently,
about.
in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, CHIHIRO was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity.
You lie! What?
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Owie.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
That may be cryptic for no fucking reason.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I'm waiting for this dude to die. It does seem like a riddle in every way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? Oh, we're going into Truth Vault. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. I forget which one this is. Oh. Behind? Oh, I see what happened. No. I can't think of what the word would be. I cannot think of what the word would be. Okay. I cheesed that for sure. Schism? 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 Has that word even been used at this point? Fuck. Dude, I love... Oh, is it schizo? There's... Fuck
I
me.
understand.
That one sucked.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Not quite,
They
but sure.
thought that the suspect might have...
Oh, yeah.
What did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Why did they just make me write that one out?
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa
I am good at word.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
There it is, boys. The classic. Oh, yeah, so this is the thing. So she didn't recognize the body, which Genocide Jack would have remembered.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
It was almost like she skipped breakfast.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide
Oh my
Jack?
god, look at this one curl. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's like a fucking unicorn horn. I did wish that just once she would come through the door with the tongue out. Just
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
That implies that there is a trigger, which wouldn't exist if she was murdering people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said, A murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
I do know that. No, they're not. No, they're also the guys behind the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Chunsoft made the original game as well.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill. But in spite of that promise,
You said if I
She's being
kept my
gaslit.
promise, you would
That's really
go
sad.
out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly
Facts
finished.
don't care about your
All that's
feelings.
left is to hear from the
Byakuya
person in
Shapiro.
question directly.
The person? You don't.
Her hair is forming the Monokuma eye. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed around across the courtroom. But in the next second,
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
oh, why? Oh my god, why am I getting so much anxiety from this? Holy shit, this is fucking horrifying. And the face on the side? What the fuck? What? I didn't not expect this, but I didn't expect it to be so it's so creepy. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate it. Oh. Oh, yes, you gotta be next to it. Yeah.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Ah.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Oh, it's kind of cute. Not that on the left, but in the middle.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
That's what I'm saying,
And
dude.
another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
He's right.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
I actually, my list, Toko's going way up right now. I'm well into this.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
But that someone whose secret was going to come out was Toko and not Genocide Jill.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
I actually like Toko a lot more now.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Toko did, not Genocide Jack.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre
I'm gonna
fashion.
start talking to Toko after this. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? That's
Maybe
probably
so,
a bad idea.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. I'm really surprised Byakuya's going out first. That's the dead body disappearing stain. Okay, disappearing stain I think is going to be what we need to go for.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
The way, if we want to pick apart his writing, which is really interesting, as we pick apart his writing, we notice that he keeps going back to that link and basing his whole argument around that. Everything that he's doing in order to try to put the blame on Toko is to activate Genocide Jill and then just make everyone be like, well, clearly this is the insane murderer person. Because if you stack up Byakuya, the cold-headed, cool-headed, person, versus this insane Genocide Jill, there's no way that those two can be linked. But Makoto's currently what we're going to be able to say, wait, but something doesn't add up here. Wait, it's very interesting what he's doing, and it is actually a really good plan. But I think we're big smart boys.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're
So we have, I didn't kill anyone.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
It's either the modus operandi, which I don't have anything for, or I killed her. So I'm breaking down Genocide Jill's.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, The modus operandi matches completely.
That's what I was looking
What
for.
more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Oh, I can take control.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
Oh, really? Desk lamp. Status of the dead body.
Shoot!
What am I missing? I'm actually about to lose this fucking case.
Sorry, but I didn't
For
kill
real.
anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any
What
of
does
us
the desk
to
lamp
believe
have
it?
to do with any of this?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
The modus operandi is main operative.
Give it
right?
up. You killed her.
It has to be the modus operandi. But we're missing, but what is it? It's the desk lamp? What's the modus? I think it's modus operandi that I need to hit. But I don't know what I need to say about it. Modus operandi means habits of working. The state of the body lines up. Someone's gotta help me out here. Is it the coffee stain? Because the coffee stain implies that the murder took place in a different room, which maybe doesn't line up. But I don't know if that's relevant to anything we have on right now. Other than that, nothing like... I think it's the... Okay, I'm gonna try something. This might be crazy, and I hope I'm not wrong. I'm gonna put...
but I didn't kill anyone.
I'm gonna put
You
desk
say
lamp
that, but
on
do you really
the modus
expect
operandi.
any of us to believe it?
Perhaps
The
if
status
you
of
had
dead
an
body
alibi,
checks out. The disappearing
that
stain
would
doesn't
change things.
mean anything right
Oh,
now.
an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi
matches completely.
God fucking damn it.
Shoot!
I'm actually about to die. Well, I can't fucking check your file now. Can I check those? Oh, I can! Oh, fuck yeah. I don't remember fuck. I remember fuck all about her, her file. Oh no, I need this file. Is it the state of the body? So you gotta tell me, because I don't want to fucking lose this and have to go back through it. Can I save some? Is it the... Is it the state of the body? Okay. It must be the state of the body, right? Because one of two things. Either CHIHIRO, or sorry, I unfortunately know that CHIHIRO's a guy, but the murderers are always men. The murdered are always men. So someone give me a yes or no answer before I go ahead. Is it state of the body on modus operandi? Okay, I'm doing state of the body modus operandi. It's either for... Yeah, yeah, okay, I'm doing that.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
I know the
that
characters
would
don't.
Change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
That's not really what I'm talking about, though.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi
matches completely.
Okay, it's got it.
No, that's wrong.
Holy shite. Can you give me some hit points, please?
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Holy shit.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
I love Genocide Jill.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
It's either the stab wounds, it's either the stab wounds, the gender, or it's either one of those two.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to CHIHIRO? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
I'm falling apart.
No creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But CHIHIRO died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah, don't. Yeah, please stop.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrist.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually
Big
one more
Mac!
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack, and Chihiro didn't fit it. I think I figured it out.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
So what does it mean that... Okay. Komatsu Notaro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naoya, Takeshi Masamue, wasn't Masamune? Yuto Umejima, there was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
There's so much going on.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
There's
now I'm on the
so
fast
much
track to
going on right
becoming
now.
a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
Oh, he's angry! Oh, he's angry! Oh, we're gonna get him now, boys! Oh!
I would
Let's
never
get this
kill
bitch.
for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Please just stab him right here.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, shit!
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
I love the dun-dun in the background.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Wow, that's such a fucking
Go ahead,
power
tell
play.
me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I'm fascinated.
I have no idea what's going
I don't
on
know-
anymore.
I'm actually
Could such a
surprised at how
heinous
much
villain
they've
really
added
be
onto this
innocent?
case. Like, this is crazy. They really, like, added more to this. I going into this case, I was like, all right, let's just wrap it up. Let's get it done. But all right.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer.
Unless you had someone
or
who's
whatever.
studying it. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Let's find this bitch. I want to find her face. Yeah, it's she. Well, he's
Here's
sweating.
my answer.
He's sweating.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, You'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Oh, I have to stand next to this dude? Oh.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I'd put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
Byakuya isn't a hot tub homie. A sauna slammer. A bath boy.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
I don't know, before the murder.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was CHIHIRO, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then. What's so strange about it? Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
Yeah, I know what's up. There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Oh, fuck me. A truth flashback. Oh my god, stop. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot? This memory phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet? If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it'll just... You can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answers to the lie or contradiction, you're allowed to truth bullets. No! I would honestly prefer it if Ifumi did it. Monokuma file number 2. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was CHIHIRO, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
We wouldn't... I don't think we would have known that it was CHIHIRO yet. Yeah, okay. You need to make the contradiction clear. It's this one right here.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird
before we found the body, and then CHIHIRO was the victim, so he shouldn't have known that it was the... Okay.
If you're presented with the opportunity to
don't
check
spoil
out
the ending. I'll be so fucking pissed. I'll be so pissed if Ifuma makes it to the end. I fucking hate this stupid pin-headed shitty everything. I hate him. Break.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because CHIHIRO was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh? No, I'm
What's
watching.
Wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Okay, on. I'm like losing myself. I'm not speaking as much as I should be because I'm just enjoying this. Oh, Celeste's account. Okay.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I
Please
want to kill,
explain it.
I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
Oh, he's on our side.
I'd never
Fuck
seen
yeah.
that rope before in my life.
It's
Obviously,
that.
somebody else must have had it hidden away
You
somewhere.
know, he has seen it. I'm gonna look back through.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own, and I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of rope.
That's right!
Then there must be something very...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
Music in this game
Actually,
fucking slaps.
I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Oh my god, the music in this game is so good.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I
way
say...
like way more consistently good than Ace Attorney, I must admit.
that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine
Hell
any
yeah.
other possibility.
We got the Bath Boys on our side. Let's go. We got the Bath Boys. They
That's
back
really
in it.
what you think?
The
Then your
Sauna
conclusion
Slammers.
is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally uncornered, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't
We
disagree
got him,
with not
boys.
disagreeing.
I don't know why. I don't know why I suddenly love her. I just something about a completely unhinged maniac is fucking awesome for me. The
We kept
Steve
calling
Room
this a
Snugglers.
game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Steam Room Snugglers.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
I mean, he's not wrong. Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya has remarks right now. There's something in there that concerns me.
I got it!
I think I got that right.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else.
then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
I still don't understand how this
That was
how
awfully
this
specific.
makes sense. But
Please
let's keep
tell
going.
me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. I need to just focus on those things that got switched. I think this is the correct answer. Okay. Because both of them, in theory, got switched? No, this doesn't explain it, though. Okay, so it's this here. Right? Someone stop me. Okay, I don't have time. I'm just gonna go with this. The things that got switched.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of
Why do you
strange?
say it like that?
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
What? This game is so horny.
Meanwhile,
I'm concerned at
boys'
how
locker
horny
room
a game
had
about childhood murder is.
a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boy's locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls'
You would know
locker
the meaning
room
of this.
earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Big booed lady. No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain
Dude, I
on the
pulled this
girls'
shit
locker
back
room
from
carpet
fucking
wasn't scrubbed
the
away.
precipice.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually,
plant the
an even
blame
bigger
on-
question.
Because
If
they
the
found
murder
Chihiro in
did
the
take
boys' room
place
and
in
they
the
need to
boys'
plant the
locker
blame on
room,
Toka.
then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Her penis! We compared.
I highly doubt that.
Tunnel Brothers! Another one joins our ranks.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Pray for our fallen tunnel brother. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Fuck me. That's funny. Two locker room posters.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Oh, just fucking snipe that shit. I thought for sure that I lost that.
No, I don't think CHIHIRO used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
It is nerve-wracking how they're giving out tools.
Yep. Hit the nail square.
This is
on the
very
noggin.
interesting.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? CHIHIRO was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
I love Mondo. I don't know what
There's
it is
no
about
way
him.
she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
From their perspective, this is such a fucking long shot, but...
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see
Can
something.
we do that?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Oh shit, we actually going?
It'll make things more exciting?
Kyoko is fucking nuts.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Oh my god, Kyoko's actually fucking nuts.
For real?
Okay, so I'm keeping an eye out for it because I'm genuinely interested, but I've already noticed, like, in multiple people, the Monokuma symbol, and I don't know what to feel about that. Aui's got it on her fucking pants. Toko has it on her hair braid, and I'm keeping an eye out for other pieces
Now
as well.
then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Like, I'm trying to look around to see if that's consistent with everything else, but it is a detail I keep noticing. In fact, if it doesn't show up on everyone else, I think that might be more interesting. But I'm trying to look out for it. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... Oh, goody.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
I don't. This makes me uncomfortable. You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
This is probably a stretch, but the right hair braid vaguely looks like the Monokuma eye. The way that it's fluffed up like that. It's a lot more rigid and pointy than the one on the left. The one on the left has more of a flowy.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
There might be something hidden in this dude's hair, but honestly, I could not be fucked to look for it.
Very well. I'll do it.
Maybe one of her veins? Or her scars?
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think CHIHIRO would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, CHIHIRO. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Just taking a look around, taking a look around. Is there anything that shows up when she's angry?
No. What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh, she's going Super Saiyan. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at CHIHIRO's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
CHIHIRO was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. CHIHIRO Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that CHIHIRO was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, CHIHIRO was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that CHIHIRO was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So CHIHIRO really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
I studied it very closely. I mean, I just have an eye for these things.
This is a most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it?
I will
Overt.
be happy if Byakuya is not the killer.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Something's about to be fucky. Y'all are about to get a good reaction out of me. I can fucking feel it.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yay! No!
No! Not game over!
Not only do we have no info on the killer, but nobody even saw the victim before he died. But is that actually true?
Isn't there a single clue that, well,
Did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the killer...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some...
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
What? 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 That's new info! That's new info! What? They're leading me down! Nobody saw the killer! That's new info!
Shoot!
Ah, what the fuck? Wait, that's
isn't there a single clue that might lead
That?
us to who did
What
it?
the what's going on?
Shoot!
What?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at...
Yeah. All we need right now is...
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer? And only the... And it's not like they're just gonna... Game over, man!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
What am I missing? There's new info. That's new information. That's new info. They're talking about someone who saw someone.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who
Is it?
did it?
It's not that.
Did nobody get...
Right?
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at...
Yeah. All we need right now is...
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer? And it's not like they're just gonna... Game over, man!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
So it's Celeste's account, library desk lamp, and the carpet stain. Fuck this game, man. Am I brain dead? I think I am.
Isn't there a single clue?
Did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at...
Yeah.
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
I'm fucking actually stupid.
that's wrong.
I'm fucking brain dead, dude. Wow, I'm tiny brain.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered.
Fuck.
What
Fuck
do you
this
think,
game.
Celeste?
I love this game.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Which is disappearing. Which is
And
disappeared, by
then,
the way.
I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
I'm about to be so fucking angry. They're so animals. I'm about to be real fucking angry. I'm about to be really fucking angry. I'm about to be really, really fucking angry. No, dude. No. Not Mondo.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No.
Not my homie.
You already have
Not
what
my
you need
fucking
to make the
homie,
connection.
dude! Not the homie! Oh, no! Not my fucking... Oh.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
It's your bath buddy, boy.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one that...
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue...
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
fucking knew it. I knew it from like halfway through this trial. Because Byakuya was too cool. It was too quick, and Mundo started getting really fucking excited. In hindsight, I was like, oh, he's on our side, boom. But like now that like I thought about it like a few minutes later, and I was like, no one jumps on board that quickly. If there's anything I've learned from playing like Among Us, deception games, whatever, if you hop on the bandwagon that quick, you're the killer. I didn't want this. Why, Mundo? You said you took... Alright, let's wrap it up. I'm actually so fucking angry. Hold on.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said... She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
Why is the question is, why was Byakuya so nervous about the body? Why did he move the body?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Maybe he actually cares enough to... Maybe he cared about her. Wanted to protect her identity.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
This isn't what I wanted from this game. I hate all of you. Making me know it.
Mondo, how did you know what color
you knew.
was?
You knew in me. You let me get attached to him. You let me get attached to him. You knew this. You knew he was one of my favorite characters. You knew this from the start. You let me watch the bath scene. You let me watch the bath scene and enjoy it, and knowing that he did this. You did this. You did this to me. I didn't ask for this. I didn't make this happen. All of this could have been avoided. You guys could have told me Mondo was the killer, and I could have just quit the game then and there, and I would have been happy. You know what? I would have been happy, because I could have lived with the memory of bath buddies for the rest of my life. I could have been happy. I could have been happy. But you fucked it. You fucked it. Especially you, Jordan, because you were the only one talking in that fucking stream yesterday. You did this. This is your fault, Jordan. Your fault. You did this to me. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. I didn't need this. I didn't need this in my life. And you fucked me. You fucked me. You fucked me, Jordan. You fucked me, and you fucked Taka. And nobody fucks with Taka. Because do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand that it's not even about me anymore? It's not even about me. Taka's losing his bath buddy. All right? He and Mondo were bath buddies, man. Sauna slammers. And now he's gonna lose that, and it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault, Jordan. It's your fault. You watched it. You let Taka get attached. You let Taka learn something about himself. You let Taka share in the wholesome relationship of two brothers bonding in a bath. And you let that happen. You watched and laughed knowing what was gonna happen. You fucking monster. You're a monster. You're worse than Monokuma. You're worse than Genocide Jack. You would dare fuck with Taka? Taka doesn't deserve this. All he wants is his breakfast. How will he eat now? Oh, we were gonna get out. She was gonna take me on a bike ride. I was gonna go on a bike ride. Oh no! But Mondo's a puppy waiting for him. Oh shit! It's like the fucking dog from Futurama. Oh no! This is so mean. I didn't want this.
Because I just...
You're bad buddy, man.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking about CHIHIRO?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
I'm angry at Jordan.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, when Celeste noticed it, CHIHIRO made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
The worst part about this is watching Makoto do it so dirty to him. Because Makoto knows. Makoto witnessed the Bath Buddy bond. He witnessed it being born. He bore witness to it. And now he has the gall. The gall. The gall to do it to him. To do it to Mondo and to do it to his best friend Taka. He was their witness. And now he's just as quickly as the Bath Buddy Empire rose, it's gonna come crashing down in a heap of sweat and fucking dumbbells. Gonna come down as heavy as the dumbbell did upon CHIHIRO's head. I'd rather everyone died.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. The way he was acting?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
This game's pretty smart. This game's pretty smart.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill CHIHIRO?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say. putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
If anything's gonna make me cry, it's watching Taka lose his bath buddy.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Don't do anything. Please don't be relevant.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man.
Please don't be relevant,
Just tell us.
Hifumi. Please
If
suck.
you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
I love her.
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
I got it!
Cool.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
I think it's a Blacken's handbook turns off.
For all your confidence.
Because when you become
remarkably
Blackened,
high
you're no longer a
failure rate.
student. I believe.
Do you think there
So
might
this
be
is
some
not
kind of
Chihiro's
mystery in
handbook,
there
this is
somewhere?
Mondo's handbook. And maybe he took the and he took Chihiro's.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
No.
Shoot!
It has a weak spot? What's its weak spot?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one
Right,
weak point,
I forgot about
didn't
that. I'm just trying to...
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
You can just make a
Then
rule,
allow
right?
me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Okay, that explains the sauna. But what about... What about Leon's? How did Leon's get busted? Was his handbook in the furnace? What was No, the heat thing doesn't. Well, sorry, the getting beat by the baseballs doesn't matter. They already confirmed that that's not part of it. But I guess okay.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
That's true. Saunas don't burn you that hot usually, do they?
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Well, you're about to learn another one, Bob.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Because he was wearing his full. Alright, Mono. Alright, fucking Danganrompa. Alright, you're. Alright, fair. You've done it. It's pretty fucking smart. Yeah, I'll admit it. It was pretty fucking smart.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Motherfucker.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I don't know what this is. Make your argument. Oh!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
He has Leon's.
Let's test Makoto if what he says is you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy
I don't
it.
respect this game enough. I don't respect
So
this game
then,
enough.
the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
This is a good game.
Which would mean that
This is
the
a pretty good
handbook
game.
Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more as such. I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, shit. Oh, right, I forgot about this. Something like that. No, that's a Sonic. It's there. God, that makes me so fucking angry. I can't fucking believe he'd do that. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Oh, there we are. I would have picked it up and then... banged onto the girls? Christ. Oh, right. It goes. And this was this. Why? But why? I don't understand. Why? Was he an accomplice?
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
He would have had a secret. That's why he went for it.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the
Why
library.
was he there?
And then he got to work.
He must have known.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Wait, but yeah, why complicate things? Because that means if they accused him, they would have all been wrong. And he would have died. So what?
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Maybe to reveal the secret?
And around the same
To get
time
it
that
out there?
Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having
that puts him
already
in a shitty
disposed
place,
of
'cause that means
Chihiro's
that,
bag and other
Jill's
belongings,
more likely to kill him.
arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
I'm sad too, buddy. I'm sad too.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
I mean, everything I just said, but whatever.
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his and everything will become clear. A new element has been added. Fuck me! Come on! Fever time and what? Press the space key. Fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss? Do I do it? Do I do it? I'm gonna do it. Am I gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. Oh, I have to do it against him? No, my guy.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen!
Did I just fucking
Show me some
almost die?
This should prove it.
Did I just almost die? I see the fucking half heart up in the top left. What the fuck? I cut that so close.
So far is right.
So when you do bullet time, does it just start draining hit points?
Mondo must have replaced his broken
What
handbook
the
with
fuck? Did I
Leon's.
almost die? That was spooky. That was spooky. Oh, it was spooky.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
But, so what happens when I use...
We don't gotta do that.
Yeah, my health was at like half. It was just draining. Even though I had Mega Time or whatever the fuck it's called. Hyper Time? I forget.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Well, respect for fessing up to it. I respect that. I respect it. It's fair. As sad as I am.
Bro? Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
I had Fever Time. I popped it when he popped Mega Time.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Uh-oh! This time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
the story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who really doesn't want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong. Then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give some courage. Whoopsies.
So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is
That's
this?
impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing
You're
someone?
wrong.
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got in a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything that he had. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this game with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of all the other members of the gang, which is why...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. Fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's a team. You and me put together. It's a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm strong. Strong.
And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kinds of funny uneasiness. It just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what I would do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or what to say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down in my stomach. It was right around then that CHIHIRO asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I want to change. I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I
What?
should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. So, did he want me to? So, what did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a
stronger than
bitch.
Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed CHIHIRO. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it!
Look at him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory, for that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He just doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now,
That's what I promised you, right?
now.
The Blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader.
No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Rest in peace, Mondo. Best written character I've seen so far.
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Welcome, everyone. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be! My brother!
Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. But Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mundo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please, continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What? What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder?
He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well, so you're saying you knew who the culprit was for the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up.
You did all of that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right?
Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, the noble
how
son of a noble
exciting.
family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled
Ooh,
up.
so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of CHIHIRO and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
It's not me.
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. Everything 15 is weird.
Ooh-woo! My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Hold the fucking phone. Hold. Just fucking pause. What the... What? Oh, pause. Pause. We need to stop. Stop everything. Stop. Hold on. Stop. Fucking stop. Hold on. Fucking... Excuse me? Okay. There's 10 people left. We have Sakura, Toko, Byakuya, Hifumi, me. I can't. Who's left in this fucking group? I can't think of anyone right now. Aoi? Holy shit. Celeste, Kyoko. Okay, who do I think it is? Not the 16th person. We obviously don't know anything about them. Fucking... It's not Toko. It's not Toko. It's not Byakuya. If it's fucking Hifumi, holy shit. It better not fucking be Hifumi. That would be some dumbass bullshit. Kyoko? Kyoko makes sense. The way the character was speaking, although it's plausible that they've been lying this whole time, the way the character was speaking, Kyoko definitely makes sense for that role. But again, I don't know if I can trust that. It makes sense that Kyoko would be that person. She is extremely smart, and I can totally expect her to be the first one to make a kill. I just don't... There must be more to the plan, though. And then there's a 16th high school student? There's a 16th student. An ace in the hole? Like it will come back later? This is too much, but okay. Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Oh, shit. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas. Oh, God of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. Oh, shit. I thought I was going to fucking lunch. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are an absolute necessary. Huh? What's that sound? It sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse. I'm super scared, but the plot compels me. Is someone there? What? What? They're just gonna leave it on that? What? Oh. Okay, that's where we're leaving it off. That's where we gotta fucking save it. Fucking holy shit, there's so much. Oh my fucking god, there's too much. So that was Chihiro's face, but like why? What was the fucking this game, dude, this game's insane. What the fuck? Okay, so we learned 3 whole new things. So Chihiro's there or something? I don't know what that was. That was creepy as shit. There's a 16th student, which we already kind of knew, but now it's like becoming relevant. And there's someone's a double agent. It's not Aoi. It's not Aoi and it's not Toko. It's not me. It can't be Taka. Now, my honest to God first thought would be Kyoko. But I'm not willing to trust this game to do something like obvious like that. It's not Byakuya. It's not me. It's not Toko. It's not Taka. And it's not Aoi. So at least 5 people. It leaves Hifumi, Yasuhiro, Kyoko, Celeste, and Hifumi, Byakuya. No, not Byakuya. Fuck. Oh, and Sakura. Now, if we think about the height of the character, Sakura's might match it, but I'm not willing to put any stakes on that. I find it unlikely that it would be Sakura. It would be surprising. I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me. So is it Fumi, Yasuhiro, Sakura, or... I think it's plausible that it's Yasuhiro. Yeah, I'm not willing to like lean on height as a valid thing. I think it's plausible. Let's say I am tentatively gonna write off Kyoko because I think that's the obvious answer, and I would be disappointed. I'd be disappointed in the game. The game's been smart enough so far that I think being Kyoko would be disappointing. So that leaves Sakura, Hifumi, and Celeste. I don't know. I don't know if there's an answer that I'd be pleased with. I think Celeste and Kyoko would be too obvious. I think Kafumi's a sack of shit, and I don't want him to be relevant to the plot. Plus, that means that he makes it to the end, and I just can't have that. But Sakura, I don't want to believe, because Sakura is one of my favorites. Well, fuck me. I'm really glad I decided to take some time to stream that. Because, man, I really fucking wanted to see what happened, and I got a lot more than I bargained for. I'll admit it. I got a lot more than I bargained for. Well, everyone, thank you for coming along to this extra stream. That was really good. I'm a bit scared now. This game's kind of threw me a curveball. I'm excited to see what happens with Toko. Everyone, thank you everyone for coming along. I hope you all have a wonderful night, week, month. And please, for the love of God, because there may be nothing else, please be good to each other.